What is going on, toy collectors? This is Badass Review, and I am back with another review. This time I am looking at the Marvel Legends Winter Soldier series Captain America. This is the WW2 version of him that was shown on the pre-order as just the teaser poster for Captain America, and everyone was like, oh, I wonder what that figure is going to be like. Well, this is the figure right here. And this really isn't from the Winter Soldier line, but it is going to be. It's going to be a re-release of the figure. I saw a picture of the figure, what it is supposed to look like, and it's just a re-release version of this guy. I was really kind of disappointed. I was like, are they really going to give that figure out? I mean, I understand why. Because this figure was a Walmart exclusive before when the first Captain America came out, which was just an awful idea because nobody was able to find this. I was lucky enough to pick him up on Amazon, and once I got him, he was good for a while, but then I got more Captain America figures that were a little bit better, and, well, not necessarily better, but I just kind of liked them a little bit more than this guy. And this isn't a bad figure at all. He's not the best, I wouldn't say he's the best, but he is very cool, and he's definitely a lot better than some of the other Captain Americas that have come out. So, yeah. So basically, I looked at the pictures, and it's pretty much top to bottom the exact same figure. I don't think anything's been modified on him. This figure actually has a different shield. This came with the Avengers version of the Captain America, which I have right here. This is his shield, which is a lot bigger and a lot nicer, which is why I gave it to this one, because I have this one on display. This one is in storage, so I wanted to give this Cap the better shield. And I really like this shield because it goes around his arm and he can hold on to it, which is a lot nicer than the usual Captain America shields, because I don't really like the ones that clamp onto the wrists, because most often they make the wrist too big for the clamp. So when you put the clamp around his wrist, it kind of stretches it out, and the more you take it on and pop it back on and off again, it starts to break. It breaks off at some point. I don't have a shield to show you, but basically it'll just end up breaking, and it's really annoying because then you got a Captain America without a shield. I prefer to have shields that are like this, because it stays on, it's nice. This is a really good shield. I mean, it's not the most perfect looking. It's certainly not very circular and flush looking, but it's a lot better than this shield per se. I mean, this shield's nicely round, but it's awfully small for Captain America. I mean, if he was using this shield, he'd probably die pretty easily because there's no protection there. This is like a Marvel Universe size shield, and I'm pretty sure even Marvel Universe don't even use that big of a shield, so pretty bad. He does have a gun, but it's really big and clunky, and it doesn't really look good. And I gave it to another figure, and I don't know where it's at right now, so I can't really show you, but it's not worth the time anyways. So let's just go on with the figure. Really nice detail. He's got painted on feathers here. His thing here, A is nicely sculpted on. Well, it's not sculpted, it's painted on. It's at least it's straight and not crooked on his thing. He's got his chin piece here sculpted on here, which is nice. Looks really cool. It definitely kind of gives him that Marvel Now kind of look. Well, I guess Marvel Now was after this came out, but it looks really cool. I think that looks nice. A lot of cool sculpting work going on here in the chest, torso area. Come over to his shoulders, he's got the stars, which everyone usually complains about on the Captain America figures because they never put them on there, which is true. And the way they sculpt the arms really depends on how they're able to do it. Like this one, the arms are sculpted in such a way that they are able to put that on his shoulder because the ball joint or the swivel doesn't go through the shoulder. Kind of like on this Captain America here, how his arm, his entire shoulder here is the swivel, to make his arm go in and out, whereas the swivel is kind of inside his body. So that's really cool that you know, you can at least get the star on there. No star on his back, but I don't think he had that in the movie anyways. He's got some cool stuff going on back here, little straps and whatnot. Just really nice detail. I mean, like the pants are nicely sculpted. It's got nice lines going on. It's got some really nice detail. So that's really cool. I kind of wish the star was a little bit more white. It seems like the blue kind of bleeded over into it, but I mean, he's in battle, so I mean, he's not going to be perfectly clean, so that's fine with me. They got some nice shading going on here in the white. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but you can see that there. So the white's got some kind of dirty look to it, so that's really cool. I like that a lot. Come down to his boots. His shoelaces are sculpted on. Kind of wish they would have painted them white, but that's okay. Or white, I meant black, but that's okay. He's got some sculpting on the bottom of his feet. Just overall, it's a nice figure. I just think the only problem with him is he's a little bit short, and I think the articulation is pretty good, but I don't know. Like, he's a good figure. I just don't think he's the best. I mean, there is no definitive Captain America unless you have the face-off version, which seems to be everybody's favorite, but this one's okay. I mean, as far as movie figures go, probably a lot better than most, but he's okay. I like him. It's kind of weird. I think he's really cool, but he's not like my favorite. It's just kind of weird, mixed feelings. But anyways, let's go over articulation. His head is on a ball joint swivel, so you can pop his head off, but it's a little hard. And pop it back on. I don't know why that's so hard. Before it used to be really loose. I think it's because I put super glue in there to make his head stay on the ball joint a little bit better, because before it was just kind of wobble around. Anyway, so he can look up weirdly high like that. He can look down really good, left and right, all sorts of motion in the head. His arms can go in and out. He rotates at the bicep. Double jointed elbows, rotation in the wrist as well as a swivel. He's got an open hand here. This is the hand he uses to hold his gun. This one is to hold on to his shield, and as you can see, he's kind of got this thing strapped around his arm and whatnot. So anyways, go down to his torso. He's got this diaphragm joint, which gets a good range of motion. I mean, decent enough. He doesn't really go forward a whole lot, but oh, that's okay. But it's nice that they add more detail in his torso area, so when you go up, there's still red lines and some sculpting going on, at least up to the very point where you can kind of see where the inside of the actual thing is. No waist swivel, unfortunately, but that's okay. His legs can go forward and back, in and out. You have to rotate them. They're on a T joint, or a Y joint. Rotation at the upper part of the thigh here. He bends at 2 points at the knee. He swivels at the foot, and he bends, kind of. And no ankle pivot, but that's okay. He stands pretty good even without it, so I mean, there's no real problem trying to pose him in action poses unless you just have a really unstable ground. But overall, this is a really cool figure, and I wanted to do a review because some people, if they haven't seen already, this is going to be the World War II Captain America figure that will be in the Winter Soldier line. I think it's really weird. I don't know why, but I think they could have given us a different figure or something. But oh well. I mean, I guess if you hadn't picked this guy up before, you're gonna get him now. It's just too bad that we're not gonna get something cooler. I'm really looking forward to that Marvel Now version of him because I think that looks like a really good figure. The whole wave looks really good, and so is Amazing Spider-Man, but we'll get to those reviews when they come out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Please rate, comment, share, and subscribe, and check out my channel for other cool reviews and stuff of that sort, and I'll talk to you guys later.